Hey everyone, welcome back to Bloomburrow Drafts. We still have some more draft tokens to use, and our last deck was a really hyper-aggressive mouse deck. Great way to start the format, given how aggressive I heard it's going to be. 7-0'd very easily just because of Fiends couldn't deal with our presence. And now we get another Whiskervale Forerunner. I'm not sure I want to pick it because we already did that deck. We know it's strong. I'm kind of interested in picking the Thornvault Forager just as something else. Also, Whiskervale Forerunner ended up being too expensive a lot of the time. Like we didn't get to that 4 mana very often. Might of the Meek could table if we want to go Forerunners. Thistledown Playos could table. All right, if anyone comments in chat in time to tell me what they want to see, I will listen to them. Otherwise, I don't know. I can't decide between the squirrel and the mouse. So we have more mouse synergy already in this, but we have Heaped Harvest for the Thornvale. Driftwound Coyote is just a good kill spell, but yep, we're doing another draft. Thornvault Forager or Whiskervale Forerunner. I cannot decide between them. Okay, it auto-selects the Whiskervale Forerunner. So I guess we're going with that. I mean, even if we're not another deck, the fact that this ability triggers, I like Mana Dorks. It was between those two, and I just couldn't decide, and time decided for me. All right, Splash Portal's not very good. Or Station Mage, Tangle Tumbler, putting +1/+1 counters on creatures is pretty nice. It's a trigger for the Whiskervale Forerunner. I are on the side of rares and new sets. Yes, the theme was there were 2 rares in my set. I think I'm going to pick the Lupin Flower Village. The reason why is very simple. The Lupin Flower Village will always make my deck if I'm white. Tangle Tumbler, it can make any deck, but I can't always get those. It makes any deck. I just think it's not as powerful, honestly. Just very different. There's not every deck can get that many tokens. And this just, even if I'm not mouse, like this goes so many different directions. This goes in every white deck. So click that. And then I think, so we can go Hearthfire Hero, which just keeps pushing us down that red-white aggro path again. We can make it more interesting. We can grab Warden Elder and say we're just going to stick with white for a little while and see where that takes us. Oof. I don't think anything here, like, Polywop's very good, Warden Elder's great, but I don't think anything here says, hey, you can't pick mouse right now. So I think I'm going to just stick with a mouse for now, and we'll be told otherwise later. Hearthfire Hero, just like in that aggressive deck, if we end up in that same deck, it's very insane. Vigilance and Reach, and it's a trigger for Valiance, which is awesome, and it's playable no matter what we do. Okay, I don't mind the short bow, and I appreciate it. I think it's good enough, because Hearthfire is not just only the mouse deck, but only the aggressive mouse deck. All right, Mabel's Metal, +2/+2, and +1/+1. Great if we're mouse, and also good generally. Strike Force, flying, double strike, vigilance. I just realized this is only, for some reason I thought this was double white, but I guess it makes sense because I didn't play in my other deck. Intrepid Rabbit, we could start going with rabbits. Yeah, I think we're going to just stick with white for now, and just good white cards and move our way down. I think because we're going good white cards and not specifically aggro white cards right now, I'm going to pick Strike Force over Mabel's Metal. Mabel's Metal is great because it's a combat trick and double Valiant trigger, but that's only really good if we are doing, that deck. We only have 1 mouse right now, or 1 mouse. Yeah, I said that properly. So let's get that. And where's Equipment pretty well as well. Yep. Blacksmith's Talent again. So Blacksmith's Talent is an option if we want to go hard down that rope. We already have a short bow, so that would be 2 equipment. Nettle Guard is, hey, let's get a mouse that also is just a good early game play. And Waxwane Witness, flying vigilance wherever you gain or lose life, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So that's pretty. So this card is very much 4 mana, stop their aggression. That being said, I think we want to be bit more aggressive ourselves. We already have a short bow. We already have some stuff. Nelguard is a great cat. It's a mouse. It actually is even greater because it works with our synergy stuff. All right. Carrot Cape, Rabbit Response. All right, I think it's time we start. So Carrot Cake isn't the best card. Rabbit Response doesn't work in the mouse deck. We saw how that worked last time. I think this is time to pick Blooming Blast and say, hey, we're now leaning towards an option of red, but now we're white focused with red. We're going to see how that works out. All right, Bravekin Duo. So again, I do like Crumb and Get It, but I overvalued it. And this card is 1 mana, 1/1, tap 1 tap, bump a creature, trigger Valiant. That's amazing. And it's a rabbit and a mouse, so if we end up going towards rabbits, it's still a good card. Alania's Pathmaker is a good red card, but I think we try to force white, and if the same way last time, if we could go mono red, we do it. This time, if we could go mono white, we do it. Quake Tusk Boar is a very good reason to go out into red and just start pushing it. But I think because it's double red and we have so many white cards, I want to go for Charlie Gerbils. 2 mana, 2/3. Read nothing else. It's a 2 mana, 2/3. Yep. Hamster Citizen. And gifts, we have Blooming Blast is a gift. So we already have a gift to give, but 2 mana, 2/3 is good enough. Thistledown players, Might of the Meek, Moonrise Cleric. All right. Here's the question. Do we want to pick Driftbloom Coyote? And yeah. Oh yeah, Elvish Warrior for single mana pip and upside. Exactly. I'm going to go with Shortbow just because that guarantees this equipment that allows us to go very controlling and very aggressive simultaneously. All right. Tangle Tumbler made it back around. We do not have enough tokens, I think. Yeah, we have 0 tokens right now. So I'm going to pick the Thistledown players because it can attack and untap cards, which triggers the Valiant stuff. Roughshod Duo. All right, sounds good. Just a decent aggressive card. Wax Wing Witness. I'm going to pick it this time because flying is a way to finish out games, and it's just a good card if we want to be controlling either way. For another creature you control, flying dies, return another creature card with mass value from your graveyard to the battlefield. Fantastic. So this makes it so that I now have a good reason to go with a few flyers, and it allows me to like have this is going to be more mid-range than hyper aggro. That is what this is telling me. And I think I'm getting the cards for it. Note that I don't even have to be red. We don't even have a good Roughshod Duo. See both the short bows as sticks. Did I say stick? I can't recall what I refer to as sticks, but I'm assuming it's the short bow. But yeah, this one, we already have a flying creature in Lupin in Whiskervale Forerunners and Strike Force. So we already have good reasons to pick that. One thing worth noting is we have only two drops right now, so we do want to pick up more early game. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Gift a tapped fish kill spell. And we have Jolly Gerbils. So I think this is the pick. I do like Blacksmith's Talent, especially with the 2 short bows, but I'm not so sure. One Parting Gust. Yeah. It's very nicely cuts white in the pack. And yeah, okay, so the last one cut white, so we're pretty... Okay, that's actually a question. Do I think I can pick Blacksmith's Talent? No. So, as you're saying, it's removal. I was thinking I take Blacksmith's Talent and this tables because I'm cutting white hard enough. But I think I just hard cut white. I think I don't want to take the risk here. All right, Mira Trash Tactician. I think that's a little too far out of our way. Mudflat Village, I might pick on the table, honestly, because we might not even be red at this point. I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to push for mono white and see how it pans out. Intrepid Rabbit is great. It's a rabbit if we head that path. It ETBs and pumps my cards, triggering Valiant. And it's just a great aggressive card. 3 mana, 3/2 pump. Great. 4 mana, 4/3 in stats, double pump. Fantastic. Another Parting Gift as another kill spell. I'm going to pick just the second Parting Gift. It's another kill spell. It looks like we're being more controlling than the last game. And yeah, that's just a fantastic place to be. Hopefully like the Thistletown players are Carrot Cake tables we probably will play a Carrot Cake if we're given the option. All right. Waxwing Witness is perfectly fine, and 9 of red to dive into it. Would love to see a 5-mana white flyer. Yeah, honestly, we might just pull out the red and go white with a little blue. I could see that very well. Phineas Ace Archer or another Lupin Flower Village. Seapot Squire is not bad. Storm Splitter, I think... So this is a good card in Constructed, because you could build a deck around this, but in Limited, you're not going to have enough instants or sorceries, and it's just a 4-mana 1/4. Phineas, if we end up going rabbits, that's insane, but how many rabbits do we have? 2 rabbits. Yeah, I'm going to pick the other Lupin Flower Village. I am very enjoying, like, if you have... We seem to have our color open, and this just basically says, hey, here's a land that's also not a land if you don't need it. And it becomes a creature. It sacrifices to search your library for a creature. Hey, look at that. 5-mana big ol' flyer. Big white flyer. 5-mana 3/4. Puts a +1/+1 card on creature you control without flyer. Triggers Valiant. Good flyer. Like, great synergy. We already have 2 short bows. We don't need a third, so I'm very happy with this. Alright. Head of the Homestead, I think is what I'm going to pick. I think we are going to try to push for mono white. Yeah, none of this justifies pulling out of mono white. So I might not play the Crumb and get it, but I think that's fine. I think with the Head of a Homestead and the Provisioner already at our deck, I think the Take Out of the Trash is good enough to possibly make our deck. So I'm going to just put that on our sideboard alongside the Alani's Pathmaker. We now have a justification to go red if we need to. We do have the problem that we only have a few 2-drops, but I think these flyers are going to do a lot in just holding down the fort and making sure our opponents can't take us in the late game. Caretaker's Talent, Flowerfoot Swordmaster. Alright. One or more tokens you control, draw a card. Creature tokens you control get +2/+2. How many tokens do I have? Looks like 0. 1. 2. I have 2 token cards. So, I know this sounds insane. I think Life Crew Duo is the pick. Yeah, take out the trash of the last 4 is insulting. I respect that. But yeah, I'm going to pick the Life Crew Duo. We are not aggressive enough for Flowerfoot Swordmaster. No, we're aggressive enough for Flowerfoot Swordmaster. We're aggressive enough for Flowerfoot. And it's an offspring, so it does have... If we pick up token cards later, it works with that. Valley Might Caller is pretty hilarious. Is this deck now available for Rabbit Response? I think it is. I think we have enough rabbits. Yeah, the fact that the 1-drop is not a 1-drop is pretty awesome. That's also a 3-drop. Yeah. Baron Guardmouse. I think I'm gonna grab the Rabbit Response though. How many creatures do I have? 14. Hey, we have as many. Where last time we were like, we need more creatures. This time we have enough. I think we are very much a more mid-range deck than a control deck. All right, Doggo wants out. I don't think any of these cards are worth pulling out of white. I'm going to let my dog out, and his Carrot Cake's going in our deck. Now, if that Caretaker's Talent tables, we're going to be very happy. I don't think it will, but if it does, we'll be very happy. Another Head of the Homestead. So now we can very much do tokens. I kind of want to do 3-Tree Mascot because we might just need 2-drops, but I think with the Parting Gust, we'll be fine. It is scary, though. Thoughts on Tree Mount for Changeling? Oh, the Changeling 2 one? I was thinking about just picking it right there. I think it's necessary. It's good to have like the 2-mana 2 ones that are just kind of playable in your deck. I don't want 2 Rabbit Responses. I'll pick the Veteran Guardmouse here. I think it's good to have a few of those cards in your deck, but I don't think that one's like exceptional or anything. All right, I'm going to grab the Driftgoon Coyote. It seems like we are very much going the control route, and that's pretty nice. Life Creed Duo is awesome. We needed a 2-drop, and even though it's not the best 2-drop, it's something. If you gained or lost life this turn, look at the top 4 creature with power 3 or less. Put it to your hand, and then also, yeah, I like where this is going. I think we have Lock cards. Okay, so yeah, we got our Life Crew duo back. We did not get our Caretaker's talents, which just suddenly became good at the very end there. I don't think this is worth splashing when we only have a few life gain sources. Yeah, 2 Life Crew duos, I think, is it. All right. Playful Shove in case we go red. Flower Stir Pot. We are cutting cards at this point, not adding them. So, yeah, we might play that 3-tree Scribe just because we need. I'm not sure we need 2 drops. We are very much the mid game deck, so we probably don't need to. We don't need those. Checker right there. All right, let's see what we should pull out. So I think this is a deck where Crumb and Get It doesn't really fit. It is a combat trick, but it's a really aggressive combat trick. I don't need that level of aggression. Carrot Cake is just a 2-mana 1/1. What am I doing with my tokens? Yeah, I think the card that would have justified me being in tokens is not here, so Carrot Cake does not make sense. Intrepid Rabbit, Exhaust Savior, Strike Force, players. 43. All right, I'm going to go down 1 land, not 2. I'm going to go to 16 lands, not 17. I'm not going to 14 like last time. We actually have 5 drops in this deck. Our 2 drops aren't massive. But, like, note something. We are mono white. Unless we really think that these cards are worth playing. 1 trick out the trash. So 2 kill spells and Alania's Pathmaker is what we'd be pulling in. We are already cutting cards. We have already 2 kill spells. We did not get a Banishing Light. That's actually pretty bad. Oh. So let's see, what is the weakest cards here? Also, yeah, so our curve, we have 21 creatures, so I think we want to pull out creatures, not other cards. Let's see how Operation Take All the White cards works. Well, not to see a Banishing Light. Yeah, no. I don't think we saw a single Banishing Light on the way. I think... Let's see. I think the Star Charter probably gets pulled out. Like, we have Life Crew Duo to gain its life, and I think that's it. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to take out the Star Charter. So that's 1. And the question is, do I get rid of the Head of the Homestead or the Veteran Guardhouse? All right, let's count how many triggered, not Valiant cards, triggered through Valiant. 1, 2, huge. 3, 4. All right, so let's see. So yeah, 1. Okay, so first repetitive triggers 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's pretty good. Then initial triggers 1, 2. Yeah. I think because I already have enough Valiant cards, I'm not the strongest Valiant deck. I think I'm going to take out a Veteran Guard Mouse. I think the Wax Witness does a lot of the job it wants to do. And I think Flying is more imperative. And if we have Valiant triggers, we want to use it on other cards. Believe so, yep. Alright. I feel confident about this deck. We do only have 4 2-drops. But then we have 4 really solid 3-drops. So 5 2-drops effectively with Firefoot Swordmaster. Yeah, 2. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 early game drops. And then honestly, I kind of count the short bow as a 2-drop because it's going to come into play and then just like very quickly get put on something. Vigilance, Reach, and trigger Valiant. Like, that's pretty potent. Wax Witness I like, even without Life Reduo. Pillarfield Ox that can swing in freely. Like, always hit. Like, can't be blocked effectively and blocks all the time. I think that's going to be how this deck closes it out. Definitely our lack of... what even is the word? Our lack of removal hurts. I do not think this is as powerful as our previous deck, but the consistency is there. No, the other deck was also insanely consistent. I do like this deck. I do think we're going to get 7 wins, but it's not going to be a 7-0, blow everyone out of the water. It's not even a joke sort of theme. Opponent goes first. We have no playables. Let's see. I just want to see how many 3 drops I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 draws that could save this. And if I save it, I have the Forerunner and immediately into Provisioner. I think this is powerful enough. All we have to do is not die, and we have 10 cards that will help us not die. We just have to hope they're not aggressive. And that was the first mistake, hoping my opponent wasn't aggressive. Unfortunately, I think if we miss a 2-drop here, we're dead. Yep, I think that was a risky keep, and we're about to get punished for it. The fact is, they just played a 3-drop, and I do not have a card to threaten it. I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to play the Guard Mouse before the Whiskervale Forerunner, because, oh, they missed a land drop. I'm playing this first because I think they have a kill spell. And even if they don't, I'm going to be blocking the Marsh Stalker and trying to slow them down. Even if they're playing a kill spell, they're playing... Alright. Discard a card? I'm going to discard a card. Land. Do not need that. Let's stop the damage. Alright. Creature you control gets +1/+1. Put on the Swordmaster, and it's a 3/2. And then they attack with both, and I trade. If I go Swordmaster, I will block the head of the Homestead. Appreciated. I have 6 mana. I think it's better to just play the Pileated Provisioner at this point. I could Whisker... So here's the theme. Next turn, I will have 7 mana, so I can Whiskervale and Flowerfoot Swordmaster on the same turn. This does mean that the Whiskervale does not get a trigger immediately, but I think I have enough cards to help with that anyways. I'm not worried. Alright, this is my attacker while these guys block. So now we have turned the game around. Veteran Guard Mouse. Respect. So my opponent, is worth knowing, has mana issues. So we need to kill them while, like, there has 4 good cards in their hand. Is basically what I'm saying. Alright. So yeah, if I can get a Valiant trigger, Whiskervale Forerunner will take over this game. If I don't get a Valiant trigger... Alright, so they're going to eat it with a Driftwound Coyote. That is the correct play by them. The attack with 3/4, I think I just party block. Yep, okay. So now I kill yours, and you get to kill the 2/2 and a 1/1, or you kill the 1/2 and a 1/1. You do not have any way to trigger the Valiant. Alright, so they kill the Flower Pot, but I don't really have a Valiant trigger right now. So I'm perfectly fine with that. There we are, Waxwing Witness doing its job of just holding down the fort. I'm playing this because I know they have there are discard spells in this format. I do not want to let them have it. If they attack with Driftwound Coyote, I am expecting a combat trick. Alright. Do they have a Crumb and Get It? That's my guess. I am holding this land because discarding the land does nothing against me, and it does make them think that I might have a threat, which we can leverage. Glide Dive Duo. Alright. I'll block. I'm not afraid of your combat trick. Alright, so if I attack with both, they block, and that just trades nothing, and then... Or they double block, kill one. So if I attack with a Palliative... Yeah, there is no good attack here. And I'm holding these up because this allows me to discard if they have that discard effect, and holds them back. And there's no way we can use 8-9 mana. This deck does not have that capability. Alright, there we are. I'm not going to Parting Gift yet. I'm going to wait till their turn to do it. But yeah, I'm going to probably Parting Gift their Driftwound Coyote to get my creature back. I'm not too threatened by all of this life gain. It is kind of threatening, but as much as it could be. This also gives us the opportunity to just kind of hold the board. What's your response? And we're yeah, we love the gift because Jolly Gerbils is drawing us a card off of that as well. All right, now we have a new danger, and that danger is decking ourselves. We have 20 cards left in the deck. Let's see, what can we... Rapid Response can break us out. Any creature, Shrike Force. Metal Guard, Life Free Duo. I think a lot of the cards that break us out of this lock are unfortunately... Alright, so they're going to pump that guy up to Oblivion. And they're probably going to attack with it. Harvest Highest Hopes draws them a card in this combo. Do I just take 6? If I party block, they only kill 1. I think I party block. They need another combat trick for this to end well for them. Alright. So, let's see. If I churn it into a 3/5 and attack, I can kill the Glide Dive Duo. If I target this, I get more creatures out of my deck. The question is there a creature? So first of all, I have one that brings creatures back from my graveyard. Any other creature that's worth noting? If I pump the Whiskervale Forerunner, I think the answer is no. So I'm just going to pump a Waxwing Witness and get it through. I think right now this is not a matter of creatures on the board as much as it is how we get damage through the creatures already on the board. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. Yep. Glad I did take out that one land. That was very valuable for me. But yeah, the important part about Flyers is when you're in a spot like this. Alright, so straight up, they have the +3, +2/+1 card. That is just guaranteed. So do not get blown out. That's the first step. This blocks and kills here. I'm willing to stop this damage and possibly lose my creature there. This stops here. This stops here. I'm willing to lose my Jolly Gerbils. Kill that Nettle Guard. Kill that Rabbit. And they're going to Rabbit Response, and I take like 7. There it is. I saw that coming. And I blocked accordingly. Does hurt. But now I have Life Creed Duo. Strike Force. On the battlefield. Gain a life. And I think I just leave that there at 1 card. I didn't see if they surveilled it to the graveyard or not. I think this is forced to block, so I'm going to hold up the Whiskervale Forerunner. Math is for you. And guess what? I'm really good at math, so I think I was fine. They have to have another rabbit response here for me to be in trouble. Or 1 top 1 bottom, rather. It was a scrub. Oh, it was 1 top 1 bomb? Thank you. I did not know what their result was. I was too focused on blocking. I was too focused on math. Whoever they scried to the top, it was not enough. Because I did not attack with that, I guess. Yeah. Ooh. And yeah, once I get that, I gain a life. This thing attacks for 3. This thing just swings in to see if they're scared of a combat trick. And yeah, I mean, that could bring back Jolly Gerbils if it dies. Flowerfoot. Yeah, no, I was in a good spot. Opponent did well, but just, as I said, I'm good at math, so when math is for blockers, I'm fine. And that's the thing of the meta, just knowing that a rapid response, just by the way they were playing, it was very clear they had that card. Rapid response is a good card, but it's also a predictable card because it's good. Because it's the way that the deck wins. Alright, like Reduo, Jackdaw Savior, Short Bow. Get myself a good old Flying Reach. Flying Reach and Vigilance. What more could you ask for? Yeah, the Savior is pretty silly. Alright, well, there is one problem. All our creatures are flyers right now. So that Savior's just a flyer. Alright, well that theme doesn't have flying, and I'm not planning on blocking with my Life Creed Duo, so let's just be aggressive. So what I can do is I could short bow up the Life Creed Duo and hold up saying, hey, I can block this Bonebind Orator. Jackdaw Savior has to be killed before I start getting more value off of it. They give me a food because they're not fools. I'm hoping for a land into Waxwing Witness. Awesome. I think Waxwing is more important than Veteran Guard Mouse here because it is a vigilant flying attacker. They had to use a kill spell on my... 3-drop kill spell for 3-drop creature. Perfectly fine exchange. If they attack, I'm not blocking. I'm more scared of losing my Waxwing than I am of taking 2 damage. I'm trying to think, is there any lizard card I'd be afraid of? Nah. I'm more scared of combat tricks than I am of taking damage. Alright. So they left their mana open. I'm expecting... So the card's called High Stride. It gives a creature +1/+3 in reach. So I'm not attacking with my Life Creed Duo. I want to see if they... Alright. Thank you. So that was what they were planning to do. They were planning to get me to block and then ambush it. I am Bush. I am the Bush. Longstock Brawl. Aw, I was going to say because of that +1/+1, I gain a life and it gets 3, but that's not how the stacking trigger works. Alright. Alright. I think the best thing to do right now is pump up the Veteran Guard Mouse, because it will gain first strike until end of turn. So... I do not need another Life Creed Duo right now, I do not think. And now it has Vigilance. So first strike, Vigilance, Reach, 5/5. Have fun. They have another Ambusher is my guess, but if they block, they do not realize the first strike. Or they're planning to use... Is that a Sorcery Speed? Nope, not Sorcery Speed. Alright. I'm gonna end the turn here and hold up, looking like I'm holding up a combat trick. I'm just holding up the gain 3 life. I'm not blocking my Veteran Guard Mouse on their Danyard Ambusher. I'm surprised they did not use their Bonebind Orator. Leave the cycle. Alright. Well, at this point, I think I need to kill the Drift Gloom, even at the cost, or kill this with my Drift Gloom, even though that's not a good trade. Alternatively, 4-mana Trepid Rabbit, just keep going aggressive. Oh, and it's 3/2. That's actually perfect. So yeah, I'm going to Offspring this, and now Shortbow's going to start doing some work. Looks like there's no stops. I'm going to equip the Shortbow to the fish. I want them to... basically, I want to block with the fish before the Life Creed Duo, is the general argument there. Downwood Ambusher, definitely... So the thing I just realized is if I block here, second Downwood Ambusher gives it -1/-1 and keeps it alive. But, and like, well, that card is good. Unfortunately, I'm better. So they had... I don't think that was over. They attack, they reanimate for 4. They could play it, kill this. I mean, they're not in a good spot. I won't deny that. But that game was not over. That game was not over. All right. Keep it moving. Keep it good. All right. Coopman. 49. All right. 2 kill spells and a 3-mana 2/1. Or 2-mana 3/1. I'm going first, so I get to be aggressive. I would like a 3-drop. That would be appreciated. I think the most appreciated thing is Shortbow. I treat Shortbow... If you treat Shortbow as a 3-drop that triggers Valiant, like, keep in mind, I play Shortbow, I equip it, but Nelguard becomes a 4/4 Vigilance for the turn it attacks. And yeah, it's just a 4/2 reach after, but that's fine. So I'm gonna... Basically, I'm drawing out any kill spells on this guy, not the Jolly Gerbils. Also, this means I can play aggressive. I'm gonna attack. I will offer the trade with your Life Creed Duo. Didn't think so. Alright. And now I have 2 kill spells that draw me a card. They do gain life off of Life Creed, but I don't think that's our issue. Alright, that's very nice. I think I'm going to Parting Gift because I want to try to draw a card. I'll give them the life. It's fine. I'm getting a card. Alright. Sad to miss my land drop. Very sad to miss my land drop. I want to go land Shortbow. Even if they kill my Jolly Gerbils, I think the part it did its job. 2/3 drew a card, now possibly going to take a kill spell. Black-white is very life gain centric, so this life gain duo could be valuable, but all of those life gain rewards, require the reward card itself. So now we have a 2/3 flying Death Toucher. All right, so here's the problem. If I party gust this, Nelguard cannot get in. But then parting gust it does allow me to draw to possibly get a land. I don't think that's worthwhile. I think whenever you gain or lose life, so this will allow the life, if they gain life, this will allow life redo to attack safely through me. That being said, not drawing this land hurts. It hurts a lot. I can't attack with Nelguard into that, and it only gets more difficult. Thistledown players just play a 3/3 past the turn. I think that's my best play. Because what this will do is I could attack with Nelguard and Thistledown players. It will untap the Nelguard and make it into a 3/3, and this actually allows me to be more aggressive. I do not deal the 4 damage this turn, but I am now pressuring even through the fish. And this Moonstone Harbinger, while it is giving them a lot of power to attack with, it's not giving them health. And that's the important factor. And Daggerfang Duo is fine, but it has 2 health, so Jolly Gerbils is happy going in. All right, they're going to use the Moonstone Harbinger to try to hold up defenses. I'm fine with that. All right. Untap target non-land permanent. So yeah, both of these are trades, but I'm happy with the trades. And then my Wax Witness, I think I'm happy to trade it with a Life Duo. So I'm happy with what happens here. Yeah, I will happily trade my Waxwing Witness with their Life Duo and then Parting Gust the Moonstone Harbinger so that my Waxwing Witness can get through. All right. All right. Ooh, that Life Duo is... So these two are holding the fort really well. And that is a threat, but it's not one I can really spend the mana dealing with. So I think this is a game of the air. With another Waxwing Witness... All right. So I can short bow, equip, turn that into a 3/3. Oof. So if I parting gift this, I could attack with my Waxwing Witness, and I could play a short bow. This is difficult. I think my main signal is that I only have so many kill spells. That is why I'm taking the path I am doing now. I want to save my parting gift for one, not just, like, yes, I'm losing out on a card draw, but I want to save my parting gift for when I really need it. All right. And with that 1 mana, do I hold up, let's see. I think this is the better play. So holding up, now I have a 3/5 blocker, so they are kind of limited in their options. If they warn Elder to pump, they can only pump +1/+1. All right, awesome. Screw didn't. I'm impressed that the Mana Screw didn't result in immediate death. We are not an aggro deck, so we actually still have a game to play. So yeah. I think Moonstone Harbinger has to just get parting gifted. And then, let's see. I'm thinking through my turn. They are holding up some sort of trick. I'm going to wait for them to try to blow me out, and I'm going to return the favor. Because they have some trick. Well, they have the Warren Elder, but I don't think that's the trick that they're holding up that's causing all these pauses. Nocturnal Hunger. All right, perfectly fine. All right, so they use their kill spell at the cost of their life. All right. So if I play a Waxwing Witness, I think that they are put on the back foot. Otherwise, I could short bow and hold up a parting gift. I think I want to do this. Because again, that parting gift is my last removal spell in the deck, as far as I'm aware. I don't want to use it unless I need to. All right. They surveilled the card to the bottom, which is good. 25 to 24. Okay. Let us begin. All right. This attacks very safely. I think it's because I have these safe attacks with the Waxwing Witnesses that this game hasn't just been a blowout. They have to. I mean, they should just take the 3 damage and then combat trick. I am very happy with this trade. I'm very happy if this ends up being a trade. They don't have enough mana to activate Warren Elder. Their alternative is they need to have a combat trick in their hand, which is still 1-for-1s. Mabel's Medal. All right. So I failed on the trade, but I still have a pretty good board state. The card is a random card. They surveilled with Starlit Soothsayer. So I'm of the impression that this is a land until proven otherwise. It is a land. And they have a rat squirrel they can pull out with Death Touch. So that is something. No denying that. All right. So their best play is to pay 4 to pump their team and attack, and I'm going to block accordingly. How do they want to attack? Show me. I am very happy with this offer. I will happily. They have no combat tricks in hand, nothing in grave. Yep. There is no good attack for them as far as I'm aware. Yep. Goodbye, Gatebaited Assassin. All right, so then they could do this at instant speed. So if they're just playing the Gateblade Assassin again, I'm not worried. Not in the slightest. All right, so now they mill 2. All right, they keep it on top or not? Please put it on top. Okay. How do you feel about drafting March of the Machines? I have no idea what the set has. So whenever I go into a set that I don't know, the first thing I do is look it up. I'll be honest. It's just, you need to know what the format has in store, you know? So I think playing the Piloted Provisioner, and it still can pump the Whisker Veil and make that a threat. And then we just equip the Waxwing and we offer that trade once more. Yeah, I like it. Ooh. Definitely the Intrepid Rabbit of the two. This is the one that's attacking. And then do we want to just 4-6? I think I'm going to attack with just a 3-5. I don't need it to be more powerful than 3-5. Not right now. And then I'm going to equip the Piloted Provisioner. That way they can't pump the Moonstone Harbinger out of range of it. So, always treating. All right. We are all in a very awkward position. I only have one kill spell, so I can't really do that. We are both... They put another Starlit Soothsayer. Perfectly fine. All right. I think I attack first, and then I use it. Like, I think, is there anything in my deck that matters if I attack second? I have Jackdaw Savior, and I have a Nettle Guard. So yeah, it does matter that I equip this first and possibly get the Jackdaw Savior. All right. They have their mana tapped out, so they can't block that very proactively. They want to start playing their creatures. I think it's time I kill the Moonstone Harbinger. I think it's time I commit to the party gift. Star Charter will give them card advantage, but I don't think that's an issue for me. It's your end step, and this is anytime you gain or lose life. So we're killing that right now. Solve. All right. Do we just want to attack with all? I think that's a perfectly reasonable response. I'm not going to attack with that. Time to put them in a bad spot. They have their Death Touchers only touch the Groundborn, which is the 3/2. There's certain things you chalk to experience in a mature draft format, like what cards moved from low to high picks based on the meta. Yeah. So the channel I watch is Nikolai Bolas, is his name. He does a lot of draft stuff. Just look up Nikolai Bolas, March of the Machines. He should have a video of his initial premise and what he's come to over time. And I think those two should help you out. Should help you out well. I really do not like my opponent's block here. Like, even if they see it as I'm trading my Intrepid Rabbit, they should expect something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it worth bringing them to 6? Then they'll 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just going to take this trade. Perfectly fine. And that should probably signal to them that I have a trick by the fact that I didn't play that first, unfortunately. So yeah, I would look at Nikolai Bolas's, because you need to know what the format is, you know? Do they just have a second one? Yeah, they just had a second Moonstone Harbinger. That's great. That's real great. Always like that, you know? How about them apples? All right, so my opponent's at 19 cards, so we can really loot and mill and all that without too much worry. Wildlife Green Duo and Surveil 1. Kept it on top. There we are. Jackdaw Savior. Can't pump this time, so we're just gonna give that the Vigilance. We're gonna attack for a ton. And if they kill anything, I get my creatures back. And if they don't block, I'm gonna Rabbit Response and just kill them. So hopefully they block for their sake. All right, they're blocking. Double block, and that's 5, so there's no reason to pull my trick out. Perfectly acceptable. So they're playing around the rabbit response, but I'm perfectly happy with the results that have occurred. All right. Intrepid Rabbit. And... oh, I could bring back the Waxwing Witness. Yep. They had a really good value engine, but mine was better. That's just the nature of things sometimes. Yeah, those Moonstone Harbingers did really good at just holding down the line. I did like that I held my ground and just waited for the parting gift moment. Given how their deck was coming out, probably the parting gift was usable earlier on. I will state, if I didn't have the flyers, that game, whoever had the most flyers was winning that game. So them being bats was pretty tough, but those Waxwing Witnesses saved me. So... very much appreciate those Waxwing Witnesses. All right. Come on. Let's finish this up. So I will be stating I am talking a lot less because I have... I've been talking for a while. My throat's starting to hurt. It's been a while since I've streamed, so 3 hours of talking is a lot. All right. 2-drop. No 3-drop currently, but we'll be fine. We have now 4-drop into a 5-drop. Okay, that is scary. Yeah. Raccoon Rallier is a really good card because it's for the Raccoon decks. It helps with the Mouse deck. Any aggressive deck likes it. Savors it. All right. Need a 3-drop here. I'm not going to play the parting gift on a Raccoon Rallier. I will wait and play the Waxwing Witness and just try to hold the fort. All right. They're going to tap it to try to give it haste, my guess. This is worth parting gusting. I think this card has the ability to just constantly blow out people, and I do not want to wait around, and this keeps my mana efficiency up, which against an aggressive deck is very valuable to have good mana efficiency. So, yeah, that's kind of my plan there. So they have mostly black, so they're probably going to have a lot of kill spells, unsurprisingly. And they've only dealt so much damage, so I'm feeling pretty confident in how things are going. All right, that being said, those are 2 really good kill spells. They have a Saver, is my guess. Yeah, they were past all the kill spells, and they made sure to take good advantage of it. Red-black kill spells, and then just also the other effects. If they attack, how do I want to block? I think I block the 3-2 on the 1-1, and then both the 1-1s on the 2-2. Or they'll take out the trash, and... do I kill the Raccoon? Do I double block the Raccoon, or do I just block the 1-1? I think I want to do that. All right. So here's the thing. If they go to kill my Whiskervale Forerunner, I can party gift, not gifting a shit fish, to... yeah. I will not gift a fish. I will parting gift to just bounce this if they go to kill it, to keep my Forerunner up, and to, make sure they can't kill it. We have both run out of cards relatively quickly, so I think I'm in a good spot because of my deck's density. That's not how you play that card. Oh, you're killing the 1-1. What you're supposed to do is attack, and then... I see what they're doing. They're attacking that way. Got it. All right, we're going to blow out this way. So, gift the tap fish. Exile that. The Rabbit Gnaw disappears. All right. They are out of cards. We are about to build a pretty decent board state. Never mind. And I think this hand is more better in my hand as a threat of possibility than as a card in play. So I'm going to keep it there for the time being. There is some cards that counter, but I'm okay with that. Let's see. Nope. Okay. My guess is they have a land that they're holding themselves, because they had their full mana open. I played into everything, and nothing occurred. So they have a land themselves. So there's one land in their hand, and whatever they just drew, which was a kill spell. They took the damage. I believe this is becoming a racer. So I'm kind of shocked by you taking the damage. All right, well, 7 mana. They just played their land. I think they have 2 lands. All right, quick. They can't attack. I win the race if they attack. That doesn't have vigilance, does it? Nope. So now this is an interesting dynamic. If they attack, I'm winning the race. They don't attack. All right, awesome. This thing has reach. So the best card is actually Brave Kin Duo, I think, because that turns that into a 5/5, so it could start swinging in. How crazy that the best card was the 1-drop. How crazy. That this stage of the game, the best card was a Brave Kin Duo. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. They drew 8 lands. We drew 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. So they have to kill the veteran guard mouse, or else issues are going to start occurring. 2 blocks. I mean, you know how this is going to end. Rel Scorch. That's fine. Force them to block. That is not lethal. It's the rabbit response lethal. 3, 5, 4. They have to block there. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have another option. They have to make a misplay. So unfortunately, I have no other option. They have to make a misplay. That was not the misplay. Well, that happens. Good game. You did good. You made it close. Is there something I could have done to change that? Let's see. Yeah, because if I didn't attack, they were going to make another 7/5. I could rabbit response as a defensive measure. But then I have to chump. This gets killed. This survives, but then I have a 4/3 coming in constantly. Yeah, I mean, I could have played that, but I feel like at a certain point you're delaying the inevitable, you know. But I got the short bow, so I could have turned mine into a 3/4 to block. Oh, so yeah. Okay, using the rabbit response defensively was the way I win that game. So I made a mistake. I actively made a mistake, and I see it now. All right. So yeah, if I use the rabbit response defensively there, I could have won. Because what would have happened is I would have killed that. I would have lost my 3/4, but I would have kept the 2/3. I would have gone that short bow, equipped it, had a 3/4 with vigilance, swinging in. I can block the 4/3 and all that. do I want to be? I want to be aggressive like this. It's like, do I want to be aggressive and equip the short bow? I want to be aggressive by making a flying beater and saying I'm threatening 6 damage to you next turn. Do you have response? So yeah, my opponent's going to be more on the late game side, so I do need to kill them eventually. Bind Orator. Hunter's Talent. There's the card that they want to see. Good job on their part. Land, please. Thank you. Do I want to trade that? Nah, I think that my Nettle Guard is better than that. So I'm just going to play Waxwing Witness and pass the turn. Yeah, because I have the short bow in hand, I think the Nettle Guard's more valuable. So I'm not going to do that. So Hunter's Talent. Ooh, they're going to Dream do my Waxwing Witness. Oh. That has reach? Okay. Do I party gift that and just move on with my life? I can party gift, attack for 6, and then say you still don't have answers. I think that's the way I have to do this, because they are slowly gaining more value than I am. The alternative is Shortbow Nettle Guard attack. If I build up, they're going to build up faster because they have Hunter's Talent and just drew a bunch of cards. I think we have to go for the tempo kill. I think the decision is we have to tempo kill him. I could have considered just equipping on the Waxwing Witness as a way of just making sure there's a clear threat there. So next turn, I mean, I could short bow again to turn into a 4/4. I can. All right. Getting foods. But they don't have blockers for my reach. All right. So if I attack with the 4/4, I think they just block. I don't think that's where I want to be. I think this is a better way to do it this turn. That thing does have reach. That thing has reach. Gosh darn it. All right. Double block. Do I want this to happen? I think it's actually more important I destroy the Hunter's Talent now. Yeah, Lily Splash Mentor having reach really curved my power. Yeah, so frogs, I am a much slower deck. So I did say I need to go aggressive. I failed to go aggressive. Now we're here. Worth noting, double Dream Do Entrancer and a Lily Splash Mentor. Opponent is wild. And they're still... Oh, I just realized they just keep tapping down their Orator, so they have constant... So, let's be clear. Opponent has infinite... The game's... I think this game's already over, unfortunately. That does help, though. Oh boy, does that help. Activate only as a sorcery. Good. Both. All right. I'm killing the Lily Splash Mentor first. I need to stop them from bouncing their things. Oof. All right. So I do have this 4/6. And any creature, if they kill it, any creature I draw is... I think the game's over. I think the game ended a long time ago, but now it's just official. I'm going to keep playing because there's still some hope, I think. But yeah. This is not a good spot. Not in the slightest. They have Hunter's Talent for any creature they can kill. Honestly, if they just start using that 4/2 and blink their Dream Doom attack Enchancer to tap down my creatures instead of theirs, so instead of drawing cards, they just... Yep. So now if they use this to tap my Waxwing Witness, then my next creature they play, they tap that down, and the next creature they play, they tap that down, etc., 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 until the Heat Death of the Universe. I have to try, though. We're going to do it this way because we need to block the Lily Splash Mentor and make sure they can't offer that trade more than we have to do other things. So this forces them to bounce the Dream Doom Enchancer to get through in the first place, which means that there is a bit more time. But yeah, I think at this point the game is over. Lily Splash Mentor with Dream Doom Enchancer might be like constructed viable combo. So to have it in limited is insane. I don't know how I beat this. I'm going to keep trying, but I think the game's already... Yeah, I said the game was already over like 2 turns ago, but yeah, I just have a habit of I always want to see if someone makes a mistake. I'm not going to be the person who waits to see if they DCI, they disconnect, but I am going to be the kind of person that sees if they make a mistake. Ah. I'll give them a good game and let them finish. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that was insane. So the value of that mouse deck is that stuff like that doesn't have time to happen. Good to know. Good to know. All right. That's something. Honestly, with no Banishing Lights, it's kind of hard to build the white control deck. I did say that this was weaker than previous. I don't think this is a 3-1 deck. I think this is a 5-1 deck. I think I should be able to win more than I am. I made a mistake in my last game, which caused the loss. Maybe I have too heavy a top end. I don't have enough early game. Maybe that's what's causing it. Definitely the lack of 2 drops is a huge part. But yeah, frogs just having reach. That's a theme. It's a theme. Alright. Control's hard because there's not many 2 drops in this format. Oh, really? Huh. What are we working with this draft? We are working with mono white. Mono white. And it looks like 2 of our deaths will be to frogs. Because last one literally had a constructed level combo. I swear. It had the Dream Doom Enchancer, and then had a constant way to keep bouncing cards. So, yeah. I also really don't like... I have 16 lands, and I'm drawing less than the time we had 14 lands. Do I take 6? Yeah, I think I play Strike Force and take 6. If they tap down again, I have to Jackdaw Savior just as a blocker. Possibly just die. Alright. Yep, and now that's a 4/4, so Jackdaw Savior wouldn't have even stopped it. So now I have to take 7. Oh, no, I have to take 8. Wow. Alright, so I'm glad to hear frogs are good. Honestly, I prefer frogs being good, over others, just because frogs are cool. Untap target non-land permanent, so it can untap itself. Non-land permanent? Okay. And they are currently threatening lethal unless I can do something about it. What am I going to do about it? Lesser mana value. All right, so I can't do that. So I just have to hold up the Parting Gust. I have no choice. No way I'm getting to Pleated Provisioner. What was this rabbit response doing in my hand? Yep. So if they have another good play that taps down my cards and stops my threats presentation, I mean, there's nothing I could do, really. I want to stop that. They have a combat trick. All right, gains hexproof. I mean, I'm going to try to finish it out, but, like, that game ended really quick. They went first. I couldn't draw beyond my starting lands. So yeah, I'm at 3 health. They have a 2/1 flyer and 2 lethal attackers otherwise. And I couldn't draw lands. Thanks. I do like that frogs are popping off because they're hopping off, I guess you could say. But yeah, this deck I think should have gone 5 wins. It went 3. I'm not unhappy with 3. 3 is definitely the place where you want to get it. But yeah, it was weird. We drafted basically all white cards. We didn't get a single Banishing Light, so that kind of hurt us. We just had to deal with the Parting Gusts. Short Bows worked wondrously. I think the Short Bow was a great mid-range card. Just allowing us to trigger all of our Valiants and then doing a bunch of stuff otherwise. Was there anything? Carrot Cake, Crumb Get It. I probably wanted to play another Veteran Guard Mouse over the Head of the Homestead, maybe. Just because I have so many good uses of Valiant. Sharepot as another kill spell? Maybe. Star Channeler, we don't have enough lose life. Carrot Cake, we really don't need 2 drops that hard. Yeah, I honestly think it's just frogs are that good. Frogs are that good, and opponents did some wild things, and I did throw away that one match. I do recognize I threw away that one match.